All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you all for joining my live stream. This is Mike Dalco, the CEO, continuously empowering others. Just to be clear, that C stands for continuously, that E stands for empowering, and that O stands for others. Sometimes we get a little sidetracked and people think that I'm the CEO of whatever company that I'm representing at the time. And that is absolutely not the case. Continuously empowering others simply is my acronym, CEO, continuously empowering others. And so that's what that literally means. And I wanted to have a chance to jump on a live stream real quick. I'm streaming up across multiple platforms. I'm on Facebook right now, and I'm also on Instagram and YouTube. So feel free to chime in with me if you'd like, and I'll be responding to the comments and maybe even adding some of the comments on the stream so that we can get some engagement. Um, Many people that know me know that I've been involved in the network marketing space for about 30 years. So 1993, 32 years. Wow, time flies. About 32 years. So 1993 was my first network marketing company. It's a company that you would probably know if I said their name. I'll try not to throw anybody under the bus or anything because I never have that feeling in my heart about a company or about who sponsored me into the business, but it was a dial one long distance or telecommunications company, top notch. It was the first company that I ever seen of that magnitude. And so I got very excited and I went to a meeting, and I had never been to anything like that before. I saw all these very positive people, and I couldn't believe that there were that many positive people of color in one room. And I got super excited. And when I left that meeting, not only did I sign up and purchase a package for myself, but I purchased three packages, one for my brother and one for my father, because I was awestruck at how a simple plan could change a family's destiny forever. That you could refer a product, a good or a service that you believed in and you had passion about. And man, the way they broke that thing down, I was so passionate about it. I could not believe that something was going to be that simple. And in my mind, I was saying, man, this is it. We're going to make a fortune. My family and I are going to make a fortune. And boy, I got excited. I got more excited. My brother and my dad, they weren't there. So they don't know the level of excitement that I had because I couldn't convey that excitement to my brother and my dad. I could only know what I was feeling in my heart. And inside of me, I was saying, we are going to get rich. As a family, we're going to blow it up. And my last name's Dalco. So I was saying we could call it triple D or D3, D to the third power. I was wild eyed and bushy tailed. And I just knew that this was my way out because I was a musician traveling around the world, singing, playing instruments. And I was the epitome of what you would call a starving artist. And so I was like, this is my way out. This is how I'm going to get my family to a different place. And boy, I went for that thing and I didn't make any money. I literally tried my best in that company, but I was not successful at all. And man, I could have gotten discouraged and frustrated and just kind of quit and given up on that dream, but I didn't because the people that were there, I met this awesome gentleman who to this day is my mentor. His name is Daniel. And I met him and I met a lot of other very positive people, and they were sharing insights on how to build a network marketing business. And I've been sold ever since, you guys. You can't pull me away from this industry. I might be dormant for a while, but you can't make me stop believing in the power of a network marketing business because it allows you to have all these advantages that you wouldn't necessarily have in a traditional business model or in a 9-to-5 job. But one of the things that always comes up when you start a business is this question or this wrestling, this struggle in your mind of, should I tell my friends? Of course, you're going to need to build a network of people that try the product. But the question always is, should I tell my friends and family about the business? And there are lots of network marketing experts and trainers who say different things about this particular concept of whether you should tell your friends or not. Some people, they get this little acronym as NFL. I'm in the NFL, meaning I have no friends left. And so you don't want to go out there and burn bridges and frustrate people and irritate people because you keep going back to them every time you get into a new company. You share the information with them once again. So how many of you have ever dealt with that? I don't want to tell my friends, let me just go talk to some new people. And I've dealt with that myself. And here's the challenge. Here's what's frustrating. If you do tell your friends and they tell you no, you can feel some kind of way. And it puts this weird dynamic in that friendship where you think you're bugging your friends and your friends think, oh, here comes Mike with another one of those things. And so you don't want to tell them. But then there's this potential that you can join the company, don't tell your friends, and have massive, wild success in that company, and you weren't able to bring your friends along with you. You actually didn't tell them something that had the potential to help them or change their lives because you were afraid of those things in your head saying, I'm going to frustrate them, or they're going to be annoyed by me sharing something with them, or here I go again, or what if it doesn't work? They're going to blame me. And those are all valid concerns. They really are. There's very valid concerns. And so the confusion is, and I got to put this on the screen. Hint, hint, from Sherry Brown, good friend of mine, because Sherry says your friend might just say yes. And it's so true. And so, Sherry, we're not going to go all into that. We're not going to put ourselves out there again. But she's right. Your friends might say no, but they might say yes. And so here's how I see it. I see it like this. Hey, Sherry, I found something, and I'm really concerned that if I don't tell you, it might be one of the best things that's ever happened to you. But if I do tell you and it doesn't work out, I may feel somewhat responsible. Do you want to hear about it? And if your friends are like Sherry, she's going to say, absolutely, I want to hear about it. Now, let me give you an example of something else. Here's somebody on Instagram. It won't put the comment over here on Facebook, but they asked me, do I have interest in commercial real estate? Now, this is a perfect example of what I'm trying to say, and they're actually saying it better than me on Instagram. Do I have interest in commercial real estate? Well, I actually do. But that could be in a lot of different ways of approaching commercial real estate. Do I have interest in commercial real estate from a network marketing aspect? Yes. Do I have interest in commercial real estate from a tokenization aspect? Yes. Do I have interest in investing in commercial real estate with my own capital? No, not necessarily. But I'm open to hearing about it because commercial real estate is a massive marketplace. And so I like to stay open a little bit. If I'm really focused in launching something, I typically do like a 90-day launch. I'm actually vetting something right now for a 90-day launch. And when I get on that launch, even though I'm still open to learn new things, I may not actually engage. All right. So thank you for that question. But back to, should you tell your friends? Here's what I say. And you'll get different viewpoints from different people. But here's what I say. The way I heard about my first company was a friend of mine. I consider him a brother. And we had been in some businesses, traditional things before we had met. And he shared this opportunity with me. In 1993, I was in the company and I met him there, but he didn't sponsor me in that company. And so later on, about 6-7 years later, he got involved in another company and he asked me, would I take a look? And I said, yes. And I joined. I didn't make any money. So here we go. We've been in business with him. I didn't do very well in the company. There are a lot of reasons for that. I may not talk about that on this stream, although I feel like I might need to talk about it because some of you guys, you might see a company and you'll join and you'll start blaming the person that referred you. Folks, don't do that. They're a rep just like you're a rep. They signed up from information they heard just like you signed up from information you heard. So don't blame the person that referred you. I actually say don't blame anybody. So let me finish the story. I think I'll get a little bit more into that. So he called me again and he said, Mike, I got something you might be interested in. I was like, oh man, Nate, I don't think I want to take a look. I'm good. Those famous two words, I'm good. And he said, no, Mike, you might want to take a look at this. And it was dealing with precious metals. And I didn't really know that I didn't know about precious metals. And I learned a lot in that company about what real money was. I found some great mentors. And that company actually didn't end well. It didn't. I ended up losing a lot of the assets that I was storing, that I had in storage. But man, I wouldn't dare berate the owner of that company or the person that sponsored me or his sponsor or the senior members that I had met through that opportunity. They were great people. And to this day, I have not one negative word to say about those people. Why? Because I learned a lot. It was an extraordinary experience. The owner of that company even taught me a lot. Many mentors that I met, one of which